All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Coast to Coast podcast with your girl Snacks. You already know it's in the damn building with your boy.
Homie Rich.
Oh, yeah. And your girl, you already know, to my right. Tell them who you are.
It's TCT in the motherfucking building.
You know who TC is.
I'm up in the building tonight, okay? We also have a special guest.
Yes.
Straight from Fire Flower Dispensary with that good, y'all. Go
That
ahead and
good.
introduce yourself. What's your name, sir?
Hey folks, my name's Wiley Atherton and I'm here to smoke weed. Lovely people.
Wiley
Well, it's Mr. White in the building, you feel me?
Okay, we got a good
He's
show.
Mr. AKA behind the scenes, Mr. AKA make it happen.
Mr. AKA.
AKA the Wizard's Apprentice.
Yeah, okay.
All right, y'all.
I'm
Look,
with
so we got some good stuff for y'all today. You know, we're gonna have Mr. Roddy, tell us a little bit about Firefight him and TC towards the end of the episode. But we have to start off always with a juicy ass, you feel me, topic going on, question going on. You feel me? So we had a fan hit my line and ask what is harder, in a situationship or in a relationship? Now, I'm biased, so
Now, first, you got to give us the definition. What's the definition of a situation?
All right, look, this is a definition of, if you haven't seen the Jada Pinkett with August and, Will Smith situation, you feel me? No, but we're going to sit there and say, like, an old school situationship is like one of those, like, friends will benefit, but somebody that you talk to, somebody that you know that you can just go, hang with, but have an ear, like a situation.
Homie,
something
lover,
that you
friend.
know you're not supposed to be in.
Homie, lover,
love you, friend. Yes, yes.
Understood.
And then the relationship. It could be the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, but the relationship. So we got to give the audience what they want. I feel like this is like a good time.
So the
to
question
kick it off.
is, which one is
harder to end?
Okay.
Now, sometimes you in a situationship longer than in relationships type of shit. A situation can see you go through relationship after relationship after relationship type of thing. So, I think
Got a couple of them.
Look,
perfect person to start us off. Come on, kick it off.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's hear the fella's point of view.
Let's hear the fella's point of view first. Our guest got to start off first.
Go ahead.
What's your point?
Mr. Wiley.
What do you think, Mr. Wise?
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, that's a tough one. I've been with my wife for over 12 years, so I'm like probably not the best person to ask, but
Shout out to the wife. Hypothetically.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's like whether or not it's, please keep that running. I think it's less about, situationship or not, a relationship, and it's more about like, what is the nature and the depth of that connection, right? What does that mean to you, right? So like,
because you can love a side bitch. Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You can love a side bitch. You can love a situationship. I'm just saying.
Situationship can see you go through the heartache kind of thing. That's
Yeah, I mean,
can see you the breakup.
I'm just a big believer that like.
My Mr. Wiley, baby, right there. He don't get in trouble.
The term is relationship anarchy, and like it's very, it's not like a lot of polyamorous people use it, but it's not. I'm not in a polyamorous relationship. I'm like very dedicated to my monogamous relationship with my wife, but it's not like the thing that I believe is like we don't couple with people out of coercion or out of power. We do it out of willingness, right? It's like I want to be partnered with somebody, and so whatever the rule set that you're playing by as a relationship goes, like as long as you're taking care of each other and as long as you're like good to each other, I think that the notion. I'm good. That has tobacco, right? Yeah. Thank you. No, you're good. Yeah, as long as you're. Oh, try this though.
What are we smoking, Mr. Wiley? Why you try this?
Okay, so this is the Blue Zushi. This is the last of a limited run that we'll have of this. So one of the things that trips us up in cannabis is that we have very limited bench space in our like indoor grows. So like if we were growing this outdoor in the sun, we might be able to keep this one around. But I like to say that our bench space is sort of like an
limited.
Olympic level team. Yeah, it's like you have to meet all of these qualifications, even if so the flavor and the effect and the look and the everything on this are really, really good. So from like a smoker's perspective and a customer's perspective, this fits the bill. But behind the curtain, it doesn't meet our like production standards.
If you were gonna sell it indica strain, it's gonna be an indica dominant, right?
Yeah, it's definitely more relaxing. It's not too sleepy. It's not like like I chose it because this was going to be like a chill environment. Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to like get the vibration like low, but not.
And what
sleep.
percentages that are? I mean, excuse me, what is
know.
that? Is that Blue
Like
Zushi?
27.
27-ish. Yeah.
It's a good taste. I like the flavor.
He got a
of
lot
Blue
of
Zushi.
he got a lot of good stuff
Yeah.
with us that we're gonna go over.
Definitely
I like
all
how smooth
indoor,
it is,
y'all.
All
too.
indoor too,
Very
New
smooth.
Mexico ground.
I think it's harder to end a situationship.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come
see,
on, from
see,
behind
And
the
then,
scenes.
like from behind the scenes, and with that one, I would have to agree with her. I would have to agree with
Okay,
her.
let's switch it to the ladies then. Let's switch it to the ladies.
I would have to agree with her.
Behind the scenes, Haley says.
I think it's harder to end a situationship because like there's no established rules. Like two people are operating in like totally different ideas of what could be happening in that situationship. Like, let's be so for real, I'm a Delulu girl.
Yeah, but that's
I think things are happening that aren't happening.
you know that's happening in monogamous relationships too, or in like
Absolutely.
not
But at least
situationships.
in a monogamous
Yeah.
relationship, there's like a clear indication of a thing ending. Even what kind of commitment is a situationship?
And that's
How
how,
do you end it?
and that's where it is right there too. Because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, them situationship, like we had mentioned before, they will see you through a beginning of a relationship. Then see you when like, man, this person is tripping. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like that advice. Then see you through the breakup. Like, I'm telling you, years ago. Okay, let's go ahead and correct myself. Years ago, okay, like I'm
Allegedly.
allegedly, you know, a few years ago, I had to deal with a situation like that. But during that time, I was entertaining a relationship that I know I shouldn't have been, right?
Yeah.
So it was always calling back home, like, I don't get it. Like, this bitch got me fucked up. I would never X, Y, Z. And the person was like, I know, but give it some time. And it's just, no, fuck that. I'm coming out there to see you. Like, this bitch got me fucked up. But that person has seen me before that relationship, has seen me during that bullshit ass relationship, but it was hard to end it because I was like, I'm ending this relationship, but I also got to end the situationship. Like, I think it was
your
kind of
friend at that point.
it's a friend. Like, and if you keep it going, you might end up losing a friend. You feel me? So I think sometimes a situationship can be harder, but if that person been there for some time.
Yeah.
Come on now, let us.
Okay, I'll answer. my idea. Now, I'm a little bit older than y'all, so I'm a little old school with this. Okay. I'm a little bit old school with this, you know what I mean? So my answer's gonna be a little different, okay? Because I come from a time where if you a situationship that makes you either a side hoe or a girl who know that we have no kind of responsibility to you at all. And I'm sorry, but where my time, because there's no responsibility to you when you step up to that plate. See, we don't have to have a conversation about it because it's a position you play. And the reason why I say, oh, she not playing her position because your position don't come with me giving you no responsibility. I don't have to explain anything. We have an idea what our thing is. I come in, we do our thing. We might go out sometime, whatever. But your position is to
No
matter what, you can never come up
in a
and
lesbian situation, like you said, like, you know, now you got to break it down too, because in a lesbian situation, you know, our community, is it always that easy?
it's never easy, but what I'm saying is this, the situationship for me don't get respect of the relationship. You get what I'm saying?
I feel you.
It's easier for me to let go of a situationship because it was never nothing in the beginning. You feel
Okay.
me?
No.
The relationship, for me, I made a commitment. I said, I like you and want to be with you, and we're going to build. I never said that with the situationship. We had an understanding. I fuck you, I make you feel good, you go home.
Yeah.
But
I don't owe you nothing.
I think my situation-
That is a situationship.
That's a friend with benefit.
But that's a
That's a friend with
situationship.
Way more casual.
I think that's a situationship because through relationships, that one is going to be there. I'm saying my situationships in the past They don't go, they stay. You get with whoever, they're there. They're there whenever this one makes you mad. You call it back up there. It's called a situationship.
Yeah.
We don't talk about relationship.
I think
because it's a situationship.
So like
Depending on the
saying.
situation, we go together. If it ain't that situation, when wifey at home, we don't go together. I owe you no responsibility.
No responsibility.
That's the town I come from. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that one. D. Homie Rich, I know you've been in one.
What, a situation?
Which one is harder for you?
I've never been in no situation.
Oh my
you
God,
go.
this nigga. Oh my
Here you
God.
go. Tell us about it, peace and love. Tell
Okay,
us
hold
peace
on.
and love.
Let's reword it. Hypothetically,
Allegedly.
which one is harder
No,
for you?
For me, in a situationship, I get what y'all saying, but I promise I've never been in one, especially if you just tell us what it is. Like, this is what's going on.
Communication
So-
is key.
But to answer the question,
Hypothetically, just hypothetically, if you was to put yourself in a situation, young D. Homie Rich, whether it was the army you, whether it was the one right out of high school
Army.
you,
Slut.
come on now, because them some hoes. Look.
Slut.
They did a really situation. Hypothetically, sir, which one would be the hardest one?
Slut.
no, I would say if I had to think of being in a situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
think
hard
my
to get
situation,
No, my bad.
a
No.
relationship.
The hardest one?
Yeah, which one is harder to end? A situationship
I
or
don't think
relationship?
situationships end.
In your opinion, or hypothetically, if you was in a situation, which one was harder? My situation was hard to end with my situationship
Yeah. No, it's
because she
relationship.
was with me before that relationship, and that relationship,
Nah,
that
I'm gonna
relationship
say,
should never
I'm gonna
happen.
say relationship.
She was there in
That's
the
gonna
middle.
be the
Relationship.
hardest-
She
that's
is-
Why?
gonna end. Like you said, because what she was saying earlier, it's a situationship. Like, we know why we here. So
But you know what? Sometimes
Even if you've been there,
situationships.
you just
You a trooper, boy. You done been there through the bitch. On the bitch side of that. With
Man,
12
look.
bitches. It's been 10
You got-
years. You still here?
You still here.
Well, I love you. Yeah,
That
you're
sounds
right.
like
It is a
that
situation.
sounds like
It's a-
love.
it's-
to
The
me.
situationship
It's a
is harder. You're right.
situationship.
Because she been there. She been there forever.
There's a difference between a situationship
Yeah, you're
and a
right.
friend with benefit.
Okay.
If I'm doing a friend with benefit, like during my time in the past, it was like, okay, you know your position.
Okay,
We just
so,
fucking
yeah.
as friends with benefit. But situationship, I mean, this person had heard the bullshit, the good
She
shit.
listened to you.
Didn't
Right.
judge you, didn't do nothing.
Still
It's somebody
like her.
that you can't be in a
love her.
relationship with.
I love her.
But somebody that you love from afar.
I'm in love with her.
So,
I'm in love with the situationship.
so I used to have somebody like that.
Hey.
I used to have somebody like that.
Thank you. There it goes. So let us know. Let the fans know. We want to hear it. He don't say nothing too much.
She's
so we wanna
right.
hear it.
Okay, I used to have a thing
Let's-
back
It
like
is
that
very
back
hard
in
for
the
you
day.
to end a situation.
She's right.
TC.
I agree.
Go ahead. Let us know your situationship. That
Back in the day, younger me, yeah.
it's always a younger day. Come on, tell us the story. What happened?
2 hours ago.
Right?
Back in the day. This morning. What happened?
Nah, she just been there through like everything. I mean, like legit everything.
And was it harder to end the situation with her or with the relationship you were
It
saying
kind of
during
was
that
at
time?
first. It kind of was at first, and then we just stuck to
Being friends.
yeah.
I'm telling
It's
you.
pretty cool. Like, we just
But
like
y'all
friends,
never,
like,
y'all never ever did back. Like you never hit it again after that. Y'all just
After
buddy.
y'all like said,
never hit it again after that.
That's you are a strong person.
I'm about to say
You know-
it took me a few weeks after.
I think it takes
Never.
years of growth. You know, I grew up around a lot of sluts, so I'll say it took a long time for me to even get to the point where I feel like it's okay
Friendship
to
right
be
now
monogamous.
excluded.
You know what
I'm
I
not
mean?
a
Because
slut
I used to
anymore.
be like, situationship, we got a pack for life. Like, sometime I see you, I got to be like, oh my gosh. But not no more.
Nah.
Not no more. That's, like you said, back in the day,
Back in the day.
And
allegedly.
it's who you have it's who
Hit 'em
you
both.
have a situationship
Yeah.
with.
You have to hit them both.
Wiley said I lost.
It's who you have to. It's also who you have a situationship with, because not everybody can have a situationship. Like Augustine and Jada, they had a whole situation for years. I'm talking about years. You gotta have. Not everybody can have that title, because then you start getting somebody that want to be in the DMs of your girlfriend, or and it's the relationship shit and making it harder. Like,
Yeah, but to me, August didn't play his position. It's like I said, there's positions we can't lie to ourselves. All right.
Yeah.
When you get with somebody, and that's the problem. That's the problem.
we have to absolutely.
It's like I'm not that. I don't live in that world. I don't do that. I'm a realist. I don't like for my feelings to be hurt. So I like to look into the reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which means it's probably a little harder to get to the heart. But so what? I don't like bullshit. So I don't lie to myself. If we're in a situationship, you know we're in a situation. I'm not lying to you about it, and you good with it. Yeah. Now, whenever that changes and transfers, we're gonna have another conversation. Mm-hmm. You're either gonna like me or you're gonna dip the fuck off. But regardless, you're gonna learn the position that you're in. Mm-hmm. And once you know that position, if you like your situationship you've been in for over 20 years, 10 years, shut the fuck up and play it. Shit, it's baseball.
Yeah. Wait till the
Play your position. Yeah, I play your position. No, I'm sorry. I'm old school. What you think?
I'm with you. Like, and then the crazy thing is, the best part is knowing where we're from too. Because where we're from, you have the ones that are going to play those positions. You feel me?
It's the troopers. They be
The
lifers.
troopers.
Like,
Because even when I first time I got out here, coming from back home, you know, being able to have a situationship and being out here, coming out here, it was just like,
Wiley, hold on. I love Wiley. He's the high guy tonight. He gonna keep us lit. He's over here in his lab. He done rolled some shit.
Rolled some mad
he
look.
made love to this damn joint right here. Okay?
He did. He really did.
He
and
did.
then have a lighter to light a stick to light the blood.
He's in a whole nother zone.
He doing it. He's going out his way. It gotta be perfected.
I love it. I love
It has
it.
to be
I love it.
perfected.
This
You
how
are
you
an
smoke
OG.
people if you want to learn how to smoke.
Right.
Hit up my boy Wiley.
You are an OG.
He is a professional.
So, Rodney, we gotta, you gotta break this down. What is the different? What is your definition between a situationship and a friend with benefits?
I think the like.
Have you ever had a friend with benefits? It's okay. Hold on. Wifey, you cannot get mad at me. We're talking about in the past.
His
and
wife
wifey
is behind the scenes.
Wife
Yeah.
is behind the
No,
scenes.
no. I mean, we met when he was 20.
I was 20
21.
when we met.
Oh, y'all think young love. Oh,
That's what's up. That's what's up.
you never had a situationship or a friend with benefit?
So, no.
That's not what I said.
The women have spoken.
We tried to open our marriage.
yeah.
That wasn't
Oh, that's another show.
Yeah.
On.
That's a good one.
Open neck.
I am mentally ill.
Look, in other words,
that
she
you
will
worked
fuck
for
somebody
20
up. Look.
You say, yeah, it's
Until
open.
he tried
Now
to
it's
do it.
closed.
It's over.
20
Love you.
Love, that is love.
That is
what's
very
up.
love.
If she stalk you, she like you. I don't know.
Yeah, if she stalk you, she love you.
If she cut you, yeah.
If she threaten you on a daily basis, she loves you too. But give us a situation as far as like your friend with benefits, or if you had a situationship before, wifey, hypothetically, allegedly.
I was a child.
Yeah.
Look,
I had no, like, my relationship skills were zero when I met not zero, like, I had really good interpersonal, like, relationship skills, but I didn't have, like, dating, like, I was just, like, a fucking nerd, like,
Yeah.
kid growing up, like, I
they
wasn't,
love
like,
nerds though. Not to look.
I know that, man.
Look, let's hit you
that
with some
now.
nerds, boy.
No, but, like, I don't know, so, like, it's hard to imagine me as a young man being in a situation because it would have just been a fucking mess. Like I would have just been the worst, and it would have been the worst, and everything would have been shitty because I was like emotionally immature. Now I think it's just about like time in, right? Like label or no label, it's just about energy in. Like how much energy did I put into this system? Like it sounds like the person that you're describing, like you love this person, whether or not you're able to have like
You got to put a D at it. Loved.
dude,
Past
sure,
tense.
sure. But like you don't need to have a relationship with that person for them to have had a profound effect on
Yeah.
your life, right? And so you're like, how hard it is to sever is going to be completely situational, right? It's completely dependent. Like I think what TC is describing sounds just like that's a physical sexual relationship, right?
A friend with benefit.
A friends with benefits, right? That primarily like meets a sexual need that somebody has, or physical need that somebody has for intimacy and connection, but doesn't necessarily fit all the other things that like a relationship does.
But isn't that what a situationship is? Because if it was anything else, you would call it a relationship.
I mean, a
right?
situationship to me is just like a good umbrella term that could mean literally anything that doesn't fit like a conventional relationship norm.
Right.
Because like I think of like of course like non-monogamous people, and they have multiple partnerships, so there's like that just adds a layer of complexity, and it's easier for them to say to somebody out in the world situationship, because it's just like an instant. You're like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about somebody that you're close with, intimate physically and emotionally with. And then the conversation doesn't have to go like any further than that. But I think it also like it encompasses all of the like not knowingness. Like I think for a lot of people, like people in our parents' generation and before, were very spoon-fed like this
Our
idea.
parents' generation was some hoes.
Well, everybody's been hoes for all of time.
Hey, that generation was out there though, boy. They
Yeah,
wrote the
dude.
book on the streets.
Anyways, I love you, King.
No, you're good. I'm just
You're doing
rambling.
the thing.
What? Rambling?
Yeah.
Riffing.
I think though what Wally's saying, like, and that would be like different upbringing too, because
Yeah.
in all reality, if you're gonna call it a relationship, it's a relationship. That's two people together. Well, we know it to be, right?
Yes.
You know, if it's 8, it's whatever. It's a relationship still. They're gonna say I'm in a relationship with this person. They're not gonna say. Urban Dictionary, when you say situationship, you're talking about either somebody you're with that you don't want to commit to, so you don't give it a title,
It was that.
or you're talking about somebody on the side.
No,
You know what
I would say it will be one that in my situation
don't wanna commit
it's
to, so there's no
I think
title.
it didn't want to. I think it's just like easier not to. I think I love the friendship more, but I think what a friend will benefit during that time, because I had those too. It's like I would hate for my girlfriend to catch a friend with benefit on my phone, because like you said, it's talk about like sex versus
Right.
I don't care if you look at my phone with my situationship, because when you look at the text message more so, you're gonna see like probably like two friends talking and stuff, not
Yeah,
knowing it
that's
could
what
be
it sounds
something
like.
deeper.
Yeah.
Kind of than that, like, you know. So I'm like, okay, check my phone versus check my phone for benefit, because it's like, baby, what kind of position I'm putting you in, whatever the fact may be. But
Sure.
I think it's during that time, it's like I didn't want to commit. Like, you know, it was like I think I.
So that's a situation.
Yeah, it would have.
Because when
In
somebody
that
goes,
situation
they
was
see y'all together and they go, "Hey, China, you with her?" And you go, "Nah, I mean," and you go, "What do you mean y'all not
homie.
together? What you
That's a
mean?"
homie.
This the way you say without saying, "No, we not together, but I'm fucking her."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, this is a situationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't say, "Oh no, we together. We in a relationship." If you're not in a relationship, that word ain't coming out.
It ain't coming out.
It ain't coming nowhere near. But you want that person you talking to know I'm hitting that though.
That-
So
yeah.
I need you to stay away. But we not together, but we
how
together.
can you stake claim over something that
It ain't right, but it's okay,
in
Your
the
Honor.
lesbian situation,
It's not right, but it's
community,
okay.
It does that. It's okay. It's an unwritten
Are
law.
lesbians
It's an
possessive?
unwritten
Are
law.
lesbians
I think-
on the
possessive?
lesbian
Are
community.
people possessive?
No, I know, but like is that thing in the lesbian
I
community?
think that's a
like,
people thing.
I know it's
Yeah.
dude, like
Yeah.
dude, cis straight
Yeah.
dudes are insane. Like,
I just think everybody, depending on the person, could be territorial. See, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
deal with some girls who aren't so territorial.
Right,
you know,
yeah,
like,
right, it's
I
person
just
to
think
person.
some people, I'm territorial.
I'm territorial.
yeah, I
But-
get that vibe.
But and it's you grow, like I said, ages.
Yeah.
Ages.
You grow.
Cultural. Where you live, it's just different. Like listening to y'all talk is beautiful to me. 'Cause I'm like, wow.
You know what?
I'm like, y'all
We
daddy
not
so
gonna-
titles.
Look,
Not
look.
like that, but I'm saying like.
Am I the only
Listen.
one catching TC trying to throw that young dick at us? Like,
I'm
we
not saying that. I'm saying y'all need to learn it. If these youngsters, if these
Listen.
old, learn what a situationship. Youngsters, girls, women, men. If you're saying you're in a situationship, shh.
Yeah.
It's not a relationship, okay?
Exactly.
And the rule is you don't have no rights.
No rights.
What y'all come to an understanding on, that's what it is. He's going home to his wife at the end of the night.
Yep.
Did
He's
you-
gonna be with his bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hold on?
I googled.
Don't
situation.
Google it. Don't bring,
Urban.
don't bring
Urban
Are you on
Dictionary.
the
What does it say? What does it
It
say?
says a romantic or sexual relationship that is not considered to be formal or established. And then this is how
Established.
Google used it in a sentence. I'm trying to turn our situationship into something more
Yeah,
serious.
like a
because
relationship.
that is what girls
Yep,
in
yep,
situationships think is happening.
Sometimes. You can't say that all
That's
the
why you
time.
gotta let them know at the
Not all
beginning.
time.
But you
it
can't-
seems to be the cultural impression if you ask Google.
Well, yeah, of course they think all women are naive. That's
That's
why,
true,
you
too.
know, Google thinks we're stupider than we are.
Google
right?
is an
like it's
old
like,
ass
come on,
man.
common sense.
I'm so
You know, as a
It's
woman
an old ass sexist
in the
man.
world I grew up in, I grew up around a lot of men. So I've watched a lot of pimps and like a lot of men doing it all wrong when it came to women. So when it comes down to being naive as knowing how men think and how they move, because I dated men for years, you know?
Yeah.
I've never been that naive girl to think you in love with me if we just fucking. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I've never been that girl because I don't live in a cloud. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's not, it's like I said, it's
I
depending
felt
on the
that way
person.
dating women too.
Yeah, even girls, you know what I'm saying? Like way worse. You know what I'm saying?
Way
But I just don't live in a cloud. We can come to an understanding. And like I said, different strokes for different folks. But I could sit and have a conversation with somebody I'm fucking and we be like, hey, it's just me and you when it's me and you, but it's not when it ain't.
Yeah.
And then she see me out with a whole nother bitch and it's cool. We just
Yeah.
gotta understand and I'll meet you in the bathroom later. Meet me at the telly. What we doing after this?
And we have those back
And
at
no
home.
problems, you know
back
what I
at
mean?
Florida.
Right.
we
And
have
that's
those
just
little
back
ones.
in the day. Not saying now. I'm saying that's how it was.
I'm just saying in general, just in general.
Allegedly, Haley.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
People be cool, like TC was saying. Like,
People be,
it's the
we live in a
liberty to
different world, y'all. And people, you know, people don't live in clouds no more. So it's like if you with somebody who you know doesn't want to be monogamous, and don't be stupid and get with that person expecting them to be monogamous.
facts. You know what you doing.
That's what women do, and that's what men do, and then they complain because they with somebody who said in the beginning, "I don't want to be monogamous."
Look.
But
I
they
would
kept
say
forcing
this.
it. Why you forcing it?
Oh my goodness, it's gonna happen one day. I swear, if I just tickle my toes.
And that,
That should be
that,
funny.
30 years later, 20 kids after that.
I'm living in
that
a
would
cloud
lead
right
to
now.
something
You
different.
say
too.
you're in the cloud. No, it's
I'm living
different.
Look,
You
that-
guys are
I'm
married.
living.
You guys
No.
living in a
Weed
cloud.
joke.
Yeah.
Weed joke.
My whole thing, it
living
leads
in
to
a
that. It always leads to.
Some good stuff. This is some good stuff.
Way over my head like
I'm trying to work here, dude.
It always leads to something like that,
This is
TC.
something else, Wiley. What else we got over here to smoke? And while we bring up
Well,
another
he's rolling
topic.
out for me, actually.
Which one is this? What you rolling on? Introduce us to something.
You see on
I
the
call
table,
this
he
one
brought a good
Project
some good shit.
X.
Project X.
Project, hey, if y'all see Project X, you know what can happen. with
Hold on,
hold on.
Hey,
Try to get a little bit deeper.
Let's go.
Project X. Project.
It's the,
One more time. Here we go.
Project X.
Yeah.
the
Project.
late night.
Project X. You're listening. You're listening to Fireflower After Dark.
after
Ching,
night,
ching, ching.
after night special.
Okay, what's that dust you got over there? So he got
Yeah, you got-
green crack
Go
over
there.
here.
So
He
this
got
is weed, and then I'm putting some weed on top of it to make it more weed, more weedy.
More weed.
I
on
like
top
my
of the
weed with my weed, with the side of weed.
So tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Oh
Where you from?
Okay.
Yeah, what
Let's do
Eric
it.
Cole you representing?
I grew up here in Albuquerque.
505.
Yeah.
Shout out to the 505. Yeah.
I was born and raised in Albuquerque. I love it here. I mean, I moved away when I was 19 because there was no like career in cannabis. Like I was a medical patient at the time. I was the first minor to be enrolled in the medical program here in New Mexico at 17,
Okay.
and like the program.
Legend.
Yeah, the program was very new and like weird, right? It just was like there were no brick and mortar dispensaries, so you would order your product from a website and you would meet somebody in a parking lot, just like a drug deal,
I
right?
did go back.
Yeah, right, exactly.
At 16, right?
Yeah.
17 and
At
like
17.
my mom's my chaperone and like sorry mom and she no I'm not sorry, she's wonderful, and like my parents knew that it was helping me as medicine at the time, and so they were fully supportive of it, and so there was no career here in New Mexico. There's nowhere for me to like take my young man energy and go, and so I pointed myself to Oregon and went.
Oregon.
Good weed.
Yeah, right.
Good weed.
Right.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where the quantum leap really began, and so I moved out. My dad and I moved out drove me out there when I was 19. I lived there for a few months and just like, just genuinely no fucking plan. Like I cannot express like how little. I just had like a idea that I was like, I want to go do weed. I want to grow plants. I want to grow cannabis for a living.
So how many years would you say you've been growing weed?
I mean, I have always had like a little hobby garden and stuff, but commercially, since
Allegedly, huh? A hobby garden.
yeah, yeah, dude, my tomatoes. But no, I have been commercially since 2019. You know, I like have always been in an apprentice like studying role, looking for really good teachers, and so I've been doing that in the role that I'm in right now for Fireflower, like a cultivation technician job where you're doing a lot of just the like
Everything.
day-to-day labor and behind the scenes stuff with the grow. With the best teachers that I could find. Like that was my obsession.
And you guys are growing that fire flower.
Oh, dude.
Right.
Wait a minute, you didn't introduce
Yeah.
that weed. You gotta
Yeah.
introduce a new one.
Yeah, so my problem is that I'm always like on some like blending shit. I'm making you guys like a cocktail. So what I've got here, the flower is Blue Zushi and Super Boof, but what I'm adding to it is like a mixture of keef and like scissor hash that comes from the
The good
processing.
shit.
Yeah, it's basically like the stuff that this can't. It's a byproduct, but it's like extremely high quality.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
Yeah, it's all
In
good,
other
y'all.
words, something good.
It's all top
Yeah.
shelf. Everything tonight we're smoking is top
shelf.
y'all.
Yeah.
Nothing bottom.
Again, shout
It
out to
stinks so bad in
Firefly.
yeah, it stinks so bad in here. Yeah.
It smells so good.
Yeah. So so weed. So I have been growing plants like splitting. I've been working in cannabis officially, like drawing a fucking like taxable paycheck from cannabis since 2013. So going on 12 years now, but splitting that time in between all of the arenas, but primarily retail to start because that was the easiest access point. It's like bud tending. Okay, that's an
Yeah.
entry level job.
Just
Let's
get
go.
in,
Let's
yeah.
get in
Let's
the door.
do
Let's
it.
go. Exactly. But I always wanted to be behind the curtain, and so I was trying to find a way to the plants. So I was an apprentice and a cultivation tech for my whole time in Oregon. Basically, it was like splitting my time between retail and that, and then I moved back to New Mexico and bopped around until I landed at a spot that was like a lot of cannabis operations, like genuinely going down in flames, and so you're like.
Not bad.
Yeah.
came
Oh,
in with
dude,
the cake.
they are capital O out of business now, and like I don't want to drag them because some But anyways, the learning experience was vital, but it's like you jump onto a fucking burning pirate ship, and you're like, okay, like what's first? What needs to happen? What's this? What's that? And so I had been there for a time, and there had been a lot of changes, and then the grower or the person who was playing the role of the grower had been. He quit, I think. Yeah, he quit. He did not get let go. He quit. And there just was like a hot potato. They're like, here's this fucking
you
garden.
live in.
Yeah, exactly. Here, you're the grower now. And, it's like, it was, by the time that I was done there, it was 17,000 square feet of flowering space. And it was all mixed light greenhouse, which just means it's like a greenhouse, but it has the lighting and the climate control-ish of an indoor environment so that you can grow year round.
Yeah.
But it was just like, basically just getting thrown into the deep end, and so I just like fucking.
He came through with the cape on, all right?
Came through with the
I
cape.
happen to have been there through that grower, and I'm just gonna say he came through with the cape on. You know what I mean?
it's brutal, and so I don't want to belabor the point, but the real magic, and why I'm really stoked to be at Fireflower is that like having. Like Fireflower is like the cannabis college or trade school or graduate school that didn't exist for me when I left. And so like the teacher that when I say I'm the Wizard's apprentice, like it's cheeky, but like the guy that I'm learning from right now, Ben, is very, very brilliant, right? He's just like a world class plant scientist. And so I get to study the thing that I love inside of an environment. So like what's fun about this to me is like I learned, Haley and I both, because Haley was fucking right there in the trenches the whole time with me.
In the trenches.
Yeah, dude.
Shout out to Wifey.
Yeah,
Shout out to Wifey.
For real, dude. All of the logistical left brain, everything that's really fucking hard to do on the business side of things. Like she's done so much heavy lifting on that over the years. Not to mention all. So anyways, she's more than an unsung hero. Like she's more than half the reason. But the
They fucking.
we
tonight.
yeah.
He said, yeah. He said, yeah.
Stop.
He said, yeah.
Yeah, stop. So right, but so we
Yeah.
so what I'm.
My little Charmin.
All this foreplay is enough. Okay, enough is enough.
What I'm trying to say is that we fucking like struggled with broken tools for 5 years trying to make that thing work and couldn't because the foundation was broken. But
Right.
we learned everything. So like you can't fix broken at the root, but we fixed everything downstream of broken that we could.
Yeah.
And so now we're like the root of the root is the
Look at
plant.
that.
Like literally, like the plant makes all the magic happen, and we just work around the plant, and that's
Yeah.
how we
Yeah.
make the
You
magic.
learned
We
the
just
plant.
we just make space for it to shine.
Yeah.
Right?
Your
this one
17-year-old
right here?
self is very
That's
happy.
Trump cherry.
Which you
Yes.
should really.
Your 17-year-old self is very, very
Yeah, go
happy.
ahead. So the Trop Cherry
Yeah,
is
the Trop Cherry.
it used to be a sativa. Isn't it now like a hybrid?
It's a sativa
But it's a
still.
sativa
Like
now.
a
Still
sativa
sativa,
dominant.
Yeah.
It's like uplifting.
It's not though. You know, if you
I don't
you
think
smoked
it's,
it,
like, super speedy
it's not
or
like
anything.
it's like it says it's a sativa, but if I was
It's
gonna
all-
call it, I would say it's a hybrid,
I agree.
Yeah.
but not sativa dime, more like middle. You know what I mean? Like,
Wiley's like.
It's
can we
all-
talk about how
No. It's yeah.
but
We
it's
don't-
beautiful, y'all. The nugs are purple.
We don't. Yeah, it's like
and
black.
pink
It is
like
very
on the
beautiful.
inside, and the dust is like pink, brown, like brownish pink.
So you got any social media,
So
anything
cute.
that they can people can?
We
reach out?
do have an Instagram. It's not very big. We have a. I think it's fireflowernm.505. Yeah, fireflowernm.505. So what we're doing is we're playing checkers or chess, and not and everybody else is playing checkers. Like I'm not worried about going toe to toe with anybody in the market because we're better. Like we're better on all marks. We're better on product freshness, service, strain offerings, and beyond. Right? Like a dispensary is primarily one thing. It's an access point. Where can I get my weed? And we're in a fucking like bloodbath of a market right now.
Right.
Like it's just brutal out there, and from not just from a market standpoint, but from a regulatory standpoint, everything is just a mess. Like it's really, really hard to be a cannabis business out there. So like we're sticking to our foundation, which is just flower, and building outward from there. So right now, like the main thing that's going to draw people in is our ounces and our eighths, because those are our two like SKUs, right? Like our two like item 1 and item 2 on our shelf. We carry a bunch more stuff than that, and we're like the thing that I'm transitioning to like in my workflow away from just the plant tasks is the hash lab, which is where like rosin. I don't know if do you guys dab? I don't want to. Anyway.
Yeah.
I dab a little
Yeah.
bit.
Dab a little bit, right? So basically, like flour.
China
turns
died
into-
this weekend.
Yeah. Flour turns into hash, turns into dabs, and that intermediate stage hash, is the more exciting part to me. So I'm cooking in there and making weird shit, and we're doing product development and just trying to get like new fun things out there and see.
Okay.
But the reason that I say like we're playing chess and everybody else is playing checkers is like we are a 5-person team. Not counting the ownership, which works very closely with us, and we have the ability to steer the mechanism that makes all of this cannabis wherever the market wants it. So the most important thing that I can do by having a platform is getting people to say, hey, we want this, right? We want this. Like there's two things that I would love to walk away from this with, which is like I need to recruit somebody to basically bring the traffic to our store because our value proposition is
Where
so
is
much
that
greater.
store?
Yes, store.
by the
Where is that store? That's a really good point.
Where is the
So
store?
we're on-
Tell us, let
it's
us know.
the address is 214 San Pedro Northeast. We're on San Pedro just north of Central.
San
Yeah.
Pedro and Domingo.
Yeah, San Pedro and Domingo. So right
Right
there,
next to the fairgrounds.
right next to the fairgrounds. It's a really dope spot. We are open 2 days a week. We're
You guys
open-
have
Oh, you right around the
deals?
corner from the crib.
You guys got any,
yeah.
do
So-
y'all have any good deals going now, or anything they can look forward to when they come to Fireflower?
So always. So the thing that's going to be different about us is that we're only open Friday and Saturday, and we're doing wholesale pricing directly to the public. So basically, you can come and buy an ounce for the same price that we would sell it to another dispensary for. In pound quantities, but you can come buy an ounce. So I can't talk about pricing, right?
Yeah.
On the thing. Okay. So
Just let it be known
No,
it's for
no,
a low low.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
here's the
They lower than all the other ounces in town.
yeah, here's the thing.
Facts.
It's what's
the
more.
value prop is quality.
Yeah,
And it's top
the
shelf.
most important thing to me is that it's
Right.
not just the price; it's the quality, right? Like this is
Yeah.
we're harvesting every 2 weeks. We're pulling down really quality stuff, and we're not putting like garbage in these ounces. We're putting good flour that we would all
Yeah.
smoke, and then our eighths are also like at a wholesale price that is
Yeah.
going to be like. That's what I buy, honestly. Like the ounces are great for like if you're a fucking heavy duty smoker, especially if you find something that works really well for you. You're like, this super boof helps with my nausea. I'm gonna smoke, a quarter of this every week for sure. Get an ounce of that. What I do to help stretch my like moonshot ounce that I buy, that budget ounce that I buy, is to mix and match a bunch of the eighths because
Yeah.
I really prefer the top
So
shelf
you
and the
got a little bit of
variety.
everything.
And jumping from this to this to this to this helps me stretch my weed
Like to
dollar
be
out.
spoiled.
So
Yeah.
what? So let us know what all did you? What all
Smorgasbord.
did you bring?
Oh my god, dude. So okay, I brought a little bit of everything. We have 15 different varieties in the stable in rotation, but that can swell and ebb and flow. But anyways, yeah. So we've got Super Lemon Haze, Sticky Glue, Trop Cherry, Super Boof, Blue Zushi, and RS11. Those are some of my favorites. Everything that we put out is quality, but it comes down to taste. When everything is coming out, at a 9 and a 10, it just boils down to like, oh, what do I like more? Well, I really
Yeah.
like this flavor.
What do you look
Like,
for in taste? Like a skunky, a lemon,
Right. I like 90s weed. I really like,
Yeah.
I really
skunk.
like, yeah.
That's stanky.
Yeah.
You don't know what
That's we
90s
used to call
be. That's
it.
what they used
Well,
to have
good.
stress and
Yeah.
chronic
Yeah.
during that
And
time.
all we called it, look, we called it that bomb weed
Yeah.
in Cali.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
the bomb. Like,
It was the chronic or the stress. Depends on what you wanted to spend during that time.
So
boys.
one of the first things that I ever smoked that was like super duper flavorful was Blueberry Kush, and it has this OG Kush, like very, very like flavor in cannabis is very interesting. But one of the things that is like with the diesels and the chems and the Kushes and stuff, the flavor happens as more of like a salivary response. You know, when you eat like a Starburst or a gummy bear, you're like tasting it, but you're also like producing saliva that like
Yeah.
tastes like the candy.
I want
That's
to
what's
go about
happening.
this now.
has
So-
deep.
Yeah, that's what's happening when you're
So
smoking.
going with that. What's your favorite strain?
Okay, smell that.
Your favorite strain
Damn, I mean it's really really hard to pick.
Right now.
right now. Okay, let's
Out
get
of the
right
ones on
now.
the table.
Fuck, dude. Yeah.
Top two.
The Blue Zushi and the Super Boof.
Yeah.
Blue sushi.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Totally.
Yeah.
The Blue Zushi is something that I would smoke for flavor, even if it didn't get me high. And the Super Boof like hits the right notes for kind of my daily driver. So it's my like utility weed. If I had to like run into a burning building and grab one strain out of the out of the garden, it would be the Super Boof. Right?
If I,
I'm going for that strain. I'm
Hopefully,
going shit out.
get to that point.
Yeah. Right.
if I had to
Yeah.
say from all these strains, I probably like the super glue.
Yeah. Sticky.
Sticky glue, I mean, and the RS is my favorite
Totally.
bestie.
Yeah, the RS is
I
really
just
nice.
like the RS. It
Yeah.
tastes so good.
Trop Cherry is really
Chop
beautiful.
cherry is good.
Yeah, the
It
RS11.
tastes wonderful.
Yeah.
It's everything that it smells to be too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
that
You-
type
you
of
got
nug.
that.
It's fruity.
Does
It's,
it start to smell like
Meat. It smells like meat to me. Yeah,
said that
I
was
spent.
you said
Yeah,
that or cherry.
yeah. It smells like.
I
Yeah.
said it smells like salami.
said
and she
meat.
was like,
It totally smells like
It was
salami.
like,
Here-
yeah. I was
Here's
like,
something that I want to
oh,
bring. Here's something I want to bring back in
Salami.
weed. I want
Yeah.
people to start describing it like not so gently, right? Like weed has some of the nastiest fucking
Yeah, it
smells
do.
on
Yeah,
the
it
planet.
do.
Like you can
Yeah,
let it
it do.
rip. You can.
Also,
Yeah.
this weed smell like nasty pussy,
This shit.
man.
Oh my
That's
god!
that stinky
no,
twat.
Don't.
You gonna name it what it smell like.
I can tell that. So one time, this poor guy, and it's like, it's totally anonymous. So, but whatever. So we were bud tending one time. We had this strain called Fifth Element, and Fifth Element smelled like gingivitis. It smelled like bad
Oh,
fucking
breath.
breath, dude. It smelled like nasty fucking like
Like
straight up like rot, like yeah, dude. Like it smelled bad. It smelled off-putting, and it's like it's weed, and stoners are nasty freaks, you know. So I open the jar and they're like, oh yeah. Oh. And they're like getting in. But it tests really high. It was really, really good for pain for like
Yeah.
people and like for people with like opiate
Yeah.
and addiction and stuff. And so, anyways, so this fucking guy came in. He's old dude, probably in his fucking 60s. Comes in. Me and Haley, my wife, were bud tending, and we crack open the jar because it's just like a showstopper. You're just like, oh, I'm gonna fucking blow this guy's lid off right now, and you just open the jar, show him the weed, and he's like, oh, that smells like good pussy.
No, he said,
That's what good pussy smells like. That's what good pussy smells like.
Wow.
Yeah. We're both looking at each other and we're like,
Funky
she
ass
needs to
breath.
go to the
That
doctor.
generation
dude.
for the streets,
Let's go to
boy.
the doctor. And like we're also like we're trying not to like bust out
What
laughing.
is
Dude, it was so
going on?
bad. Some of the most outrageous shit. One time somebody,
so good
one time somebody,
pussy.
yeah, that's what good pussy.
That
He
generation
was
for
like,
the streets.
Yeah, dude. And we're just like,
Into that.
that's just, I don't even remember anything else. We probably sold him that weed because he's really into it. Yeah.
That's nice. He
Okay,
said
I
it
got a
smelled
question.
like
I got a
good
question
pussy.
for everybody.
That is crazy word.
Okay,
That
look.
is crazy
We got an
word.
ending question.
Okay, this
Yeah.
could be the ending question. It's just a little high thought. But
Yeah.
how old was everybody when you first started smoking
Oh,
weed?
we snitching on each other?
Sweet.
Like, how
I'm
old
down.
was
I'm down.
you
When I
know,
first
you-
started,
Go ahead. Start us off.
I'd say probably like 15.
Okay.
Oh, I feel so bad.
Nice. Yeah, I smoked, the first time I smoked weed, I was 13, but I didn't get high. And then the first time I got high, I was 14. And then I really let it rip, like, really got into weed when I was in 15, my sophomore year of high school. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Weed is it.
This is
It's weed.
but it's weed, folks. Hey, newsflash, it's fucking weed. I dropped out of high school, moved to Oregon, built up, lost my fucking hairline.
Built
Listen,
up a whole empire.
it's weed.
Dad, it's
Mom, it's
weed.
weed. No, they were. My parents are so supportive. I cannot
Hey,
stress that enough.
shout out to supportive parents.
Yeah, they're the
My
best.
ass. How old were you?
Yeah.
First time I ever smoked, I was 10. But I didn't get high like Wiley says, a bunch of badass kids behind the school thinking we were cool. Hitting some paper with some weed, right?
The one who got caught.
Then when I was like 11, or no, I was 12, I snuck out and I ran behind my big brother and shot out the dog. And he did bad shit. And I wanted to do bad shit because he was doing bad shit with his friends and they was smoking. I was like, oh, I smoke weed. He was like, you don't smoke no weed. I said, yes, I do all the time. So I'm in a session and they're passing it around and everybody's hitting this weed. Comes to me, I'm like, oh.
I know what I'm doing.
I hit the weed, I go. My brother go, whoa,
slow
give
down.
her back that blunt. I go, what?
And now that,
No, hit it one more time. I said,
Okay.
he said, boo, hit me in my chest. And I said, I died.
Wasted the
I coughed
blood.
and died.
That's so rude. That's rude.
And I got
I would
so
never
high.
do that.
Am I the only person who got caught
And I want to
smoking?
go
yeah, I think so.
The first time me smoking was, I was 13, I want to say 13, 14, going to high school, my 9th grade year. And it was my sister, you know, not trying to get her in trouble, but whatever. She was like, her point, which I get it, she was like, you gonna smoke, you and your best friend gonna smoke with me, so that way you know if somebody try to smoke with you, you know what it feels like, that whole 9 yard.
She was looking at
You would look, yeah,
real
you feel
sister.
me? So
Shout out.
I go to hit it and everything else, and we underneath the little transit, which is the bus station, and what seemed to look like my mom's SUV goes swoop right past us.
While you got the weed.
My whole heart dropped to my motherfucking feet. So, you know, nobody's stopping nothing. So I'm like, okay, it wasn't nobody. Boy, I'm in homeroom. You know, head down. I get called out of homeroom. Swear to God, my mama got the belt around her neck, the brown leather belt with no buckle.
Wait,
Boy,
she saw y'all smoke.
boy, fucked us
man.
up. Me, my best friend, my older sister, fucked all of us up. And then checked us back into school.
Everybody.
And then checked you
Checked us back to school.
So,
Now you gotta go.
You
to
think you grown? We about to, boy, everybody knew when you look in the hood. They knew when you got your ass whooped. I'm gonna tell you that now. They seen like, oh yeah.
Don't talk to me today.
Don't talk to me, motherfucker. They
Don't
like,
talk about
Was that your mom? I seen in the office. Fuck.
Was that your mama?
so for me, I think, for me, I was 15. It was summer, spring break, and I went to my cousin JB house. And we
Always
stayed
some
there the
badass cousins.
So we was at this party just chilling. Like, oh yeah, just hit this. I actually got pretty high. I'm gonna tell you the dumb shit we did. So it was like 3 of us, me and some other dude smoking, finished the blunt. We was like, oh, let's play hide and go seek.
Uh-oh.
But we can't leave out the driveway.
You can't leave out of the driveway.
Where y'all hiding?
Where y'all hiding at? What the hell? I'm trying to, is this a
We
big
can't
ass
leave.
driveway?
They stand there still.
They stand still.
Y'all see me?
It was cars in the driveway and shit. So I'm hiding in the cars and shit. Oh, no, that was some high ass shit. I was like,
That reminds me of the hood. Hide and seek. Can't leave the driveway though.
He can't
I just can't.
Y'all was playing Let's Run from the Police. Let's see how we can hide. They under cars and shit.
Until they release the damn dog.
I'll answer this question.
Yeah.
And then I'm done. I smoked weed for allegedly my parents.
Allegedly.
For
Allegedly.
the first time on the last day of 6th grade, underneath
Sixth
a
grade.
bridge by the YMCA.
Oh, your mom and your dad will be
where
our
I
ass.
grew up. Yeah.
They will be
No,
our ass.
if they knew, they would have beat the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
For
Under the
fucking
bridge.
sure.
Under the bridge.
But then
Like 12.
I didn't smoke
Right.
again until my senior year of high school. It was prom night. After prom, we all went to the truck stop.
Oh.
And then
I could
we
picture
were
it
like a
now.
little drunk,
Yeah.
and then somebody was like, "Want to smoke weed?" And we drove around country blocks.
Dude.
And
Getting high as hell.
That
Used to-
suburb
my mom
shit.
there
did
were
let
like 9 of us in a Ford.
Or no, you were out in the yeah, you were out in the.
my
in the
mom did
country.
let me smoke my
I
senior
wish.
year.
Yeah.
Like graduation, she did give me permission to smoke, and then she gave me permission what she thought was like my first drink, and I thought that was kind of funny, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I felt like I was so cool at the
Both together?
like she was like, here's your little shot, and here's like, and I'm like 17, graduated high school and shit. I was like so young, but my mama thought that was like my first shot. God rest her soul.
Yeah.
It definitely was not. Boone's Farm was my best friend during that time.
Boone's Farm
I thought I was the shit drinking on Boone's Farm. I thought
we was cool.
we thought we was cool.
A little bit of
I get the
Alizé.
Boone's Farm, the berry one, please. Got look sweet. Look, those
We was
feeling.
drinking in high school. I think I was like 50. It was Alizé and Hennessy, that Incredible Hulk. We thought we was so close.
They was
the
listening to
nastiest
Tupac.
shit ever. It was not even good.
Y'all was listening to Tupac.
And then she said,
I don't know what any of this means.
look, she was talking about riding around and smoking. I was thinking the first time we got high, we was riding down a one-way in San Francisco.
The wrong way, right?
The wrong
way.
way.
One way, wrong way.
Talk
That's
about it. We're like 15, and then we go to a sideshow. We got shot at. It was just
Christ.
an adventure, and I never wanted
Yeah.
to smoke again in my life. I was crying, take me home. I was so paranoid. I was dying.
you want to do bad shit. I thought you want to do bad shit.
Go home and
I
go
thought
to church.
Look,
Take me home.
when you think you grown and you was like, nah, just take me back to my baby dolls, bro.
Do you
Just
guys
take
go
me back.
home ever? Bad kids don't.
What time
Kids don't go home.
you
You just do this shit.
You guys like this stuff? Me too.
What can,
This is awesome. This
what
is
can I
so
sneak
cool.
back home? Can I tuck and roll? Can
Yeah.
you just drive by the house and
I'm
tuck
having
and roll?
so
Yeah. When you say shit like Alizé, because I didn't drink, I missed that. I just went right to weed. I had like a little bit of drinking in high school, and I was just like,
yeah?
it's weed, right?
Yeah.
No, well,
It's the weed. Weed is always.
But what it reminds me of is this time that I went to a party with my buddies. We pitched on like a big bag of weed. We went to a party, and it was like an alcohol party, but we were
Lord.
weed people
And
at the
y'all was
alcohol
weed.
party, and it was like a keg party in a fucking garage, and we're like smoking in the corner. We're like not, we're just like not fitting in. And this girl comes up. It's me and my 4 friends. We're all like young dudes. This girl comes up and she's like, "Who wants to do shots?" And like fucking crickets, because none of us drink, and we're just like, and she's like,
Should have done shot school.
she's like, okay, and just leaves, and we're like, cool, ooh, we're in the wrong spot. Yeah,
This ain't our crowd.
this ain't our crowd. I mean,
Not
like,
our
fuck,
crowd.
dude, it was out in the mountains, so we were committed, right? We like,
You were
That's what's up.
one homie had the car. We did leave a friend
I
out
would have
there.
been so paranoid in the mountains getting
Oh no, we're
high.
going home.
Yeah,
No,
no, it was a nice.
House
Sorry, it was in a
in
nice
yeah,
fucking
it's
house. It was like some kid who went to academy.
It was
like a
nice,
fucking really
nice.
house. Yeah.
Oh, see, I was chilling.
They were chilling.
Yeah. No. It was like mom and dad were like, you guys can have a party. Like, in the
Oh yeah, my mom fucking
Love those
garage.
parents.
We'll look the other way. In
I
fact,
love
I'll
those
go buy you
friends.
guys a cake.
boy.
My mom didn't play
My mom did not play that shit at all.
Type shit.
The same way that I
Did
said,
not play that shit at all.
you kids
dared us.
want a keg?
She did.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, my mom.
Yeah, we had those moms though in the projects, you know.
How
Be
much?
like, hey, Miss Jessica, go give me a bottle. Fuck your little bad ass. Give me the money. I'll go. You give her $5 on her joint, she good.
Yeah.
Get a bottle.
All right, y'all. We want to definitely.
Really quick question. How much was weed when you guys started buying it?
I got 5.
Oh, for like a gram back
It
in the
was
time.
Just like-
$10
Well, for stress, it was like 5 a gram, but for chronic, it was,
It was
20,
$10.
20
in
a
the
gram in the
Bay,
city.
Where are you from?
I'm
LA.
from the Bay. She from LA.
What does
so-
stress mean? I've never
Stress
heard
me
that.
is
I've
like
heard it probably
the
in music.
so like for example right now it'd be
swag.
like the top shelf versus like the low
Mids.
shelf,
Stress is mids.
like
No,
low,
it's lower.
low shelf.
Stress is like
Yeah.
boof.
Yeah, booth, like grass, like
See,
you
we didn't have
but
none
you
of
only
that
have
in
$5
the
that you scrape with you and your friends. Like let me get a gram of that stress. Yep, they knew what to give
I
you.
gave a homeless guy like 15 or 16 grams of just like bud, like display jars that expire. And I was just like, like
He
I
gonna
was-
come jump you.
Yeah.
He
so
gonna
much
love you
weed.
for life. Change his life.
He was like, "Do you have any change? Do you have any change
You
for
gotta know I got
a
expired
pre-roll?
weed though.
Do you have any change for a pre-roll?"
So when I first started buying weed, we used to take our lunch money and we put it together, and it'd be we get a gram for
There's
$10.
no way. There's no way.
Yep, we go.
There's no fucking
Yep.
way.
Then you send one
Sorry, a
person to
gram
go
for $10
get
bucks.
it. Yep.
Yeah, was it good?
That's it. It was always good. So in the Bay, like
What year was this?
I never even knew bad weed until I started visiting out here.
You're like, "Oh, you guys have shit weed."
I
out
didn't
here."
know what the fuck it was. They gave me some weed so hard.
You guys have
I
fucking
thought it was
boo-boo.
heroin.
like
Never-
it was that
I was like,
Oh, you guys have-
this shit.
You guys have that shit.
It was
I
that
didn't know what
Reggie.
it was.
That
But
shit
no,
crazy. I
this
love
was
that.
back in like first when I started smoking, it was like 94, 95.
And that was in 2000
So
for
yeah,
me.
that's-
Okay.
so think about this. But we, even when I first got out here, just in the Bay Area alone, Northern California, you don't find a lot of bullshit weed. You just
Right,
don't.
it's just
because
weed
you're
is
sitting
better.
right next to
Yeah.
Humboldt. Everybody grow. Everybody and their granddaddy grow. Like
Yep.
I'm talking about old people grow. Everybody smokes, so it's
It's
good
a part
weed
of
everywhere.
their gardening.
But I never knew bad weed until I stepped out of California, and I didn't know. I was like, "Oh yeah, give me a sack," and they said some swag. I said, "Oh, that must be like a different type of weed," you know?
Boy,
Right,
no,
They
that
give
was
me
that
this brick
shit like
solid
that.
hard ass rock
It was that
with
Reggie.
seeds in it.
That's
I
supposed to
had
do with
never
this.
seen
It was that
weed with
Reggie.
seeds.
That's incredible.
That's
Reggie.
crazy.
It was the Reggie.
It was the Reggie.
That's
Yeah.
Reggie.
That's
Reggie,
crazy.
Reggie.
That sound like some
I had
Reggie
never.
bullshit.
I didn't even know weed came with seeds in it.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You got it from that guy, Mr. Reggie.
It was so many damn seeds. I was like, bro, I don't smoke that shit.
You know what's
That was
crazy?
That's not weed. They was like, yes, it is.
You know what's crazy? And I will use my time on this platform to say this to anybody who has ever saved any seeds from their swag. Those seeds are actually like worth their weight in gold. The way that they were grown is what made them swag.
'Cause it was the
genetic
original
material
shit.
inside of it is like what people like when you hear boomers be like, where the fuck is
OG.
the Oaxacan gold?
Yeah.
Where's the Acapulco gold? Where's the this? Where's the that? It's like it's still there. It's in your fucking film canister in your closet.
I gotta
my
go find
God.
my seeds.
Yeah.
You're right, because those were the original strains, you know,
Yeah.
the OGs and shit, all this extra
Right.
shit.
Yeah. Exactly. And the only reason that they sucked ass is because they were just pollinated. Like they didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody didn't pay attention to that bullshit. But
All right, you guys, you already know we want to give another good shout out to Firefly on San Pedro. And a special thank you to our guest, Mr. Wale. Mr. Wale for coming out. And the wifey that's behind the stairs. You feel me? You already know it's your girl Snacks with the Coast to Coast podcast and your boy.
D homie Rich.
And you already know who came with us as well. Tell
it's
them who
always
you are.
TC in the motherfucking building.
You know who it is. You know who it is. You already know we out this bitch.
Hey. That's some 90s shit.